So now it's time for us to take care of the smoke. So the first thing I'll do is turn off the sparks, turn on the smoke. It's been previously cached, so it's not going to take long to render. So what we were seeing here on the preview was the smoke with this volume visualization, and we're kind of scaling the density all the way 40 times. But this won't affect the render. For us to increase the density of the render, we need to create a volume VOP or something. Volume wrangle. Let's go with the volume wrangle. It's pretty simple. I'm gonna hit type scale density, and all we need to do is kind of multiply the density, the attribute density, times equals 20. I'm not going to go all the way up to 40. It seems too much. Okay, times equals 20. So this is what we have. This was with the volume visualization 40 times, and this is just 20 times. It's enough. I'm going to make sure, yeah, I'm going to just leave this like this. Go up, smoke render. Now we're going to be lighting the smoke. The smoke is not going to be emitting light. So for this, we were actually going to be needing some lights, and we're going to be using these two. So let's go to the out. Let's create a new mantra node, mantra. Let's call it mantra smoke. Let's make a few adjustments here. I'm going to copy the camera path, paste it here. I'm also going to copy the destination of the render. Control C. Here on the images, same thing, Control V, just switching the name from sparks to smoke. And on the rendering, I'll switch to PBR, physically based rendering, and I'll temporarily lower this, just so we have, let's say 2 by 2, just so it's faster for us to render do a few tests. And that's it. Now on the objects, we're gonna want to get rid of these and force the smoke render, force matte Iron Man, and for the lights, we're going to be forcing the 3 geometry lights. Accept pattern, and that's basically it. Let's go to our render view, select the render smoke. This is okay, and this will take a bit longer to render. I'm gonna hit render. You need to be patient with rendering volumes. It's usually takes a while. Oh, almost forgot. We still need to apply a material to the smoke. That's pretty important. So let's create a pyro shader. And this is going to be called smoke. Make sure the smoke is white. For our purposes, white smoke is what we want. On the smoke field, we'll just set the final scale to be 15, and we'll use a lookup ramp, just so it gives us a better transition in terms of density transition. And don't forget to apply it. So go to your object, your smoke render object, and here on the material, make sure you have that selected, smoke. And let's see what this gives us. As I was saying, rendering volumes can be kind of tedious. It takes a while. Mantra gives us some beautiful renders. It's just kind of a bit slow, but it gives us some really, really nice looking renders. Especially in this case where we will be having some geometry inside some light emitting geometry inside the volume itself. So it's going to give us these kind of tints. You could go much, we'll need to increase the quality, of course. Right now it's very noisy. But this, for testing purposes, this is good enough. All we need to do is make sure that the light contribution coming from the rays and coming from the sparks is nice, has a good balance. Right now, as you can see, it looks like the sparks are stronger than the rays, and it should be the other way around. It's not hard to fix. All we need to do is increase the intensity of the light for the rays. We can leave the the sparks intensity as is, but we need to bring this up. Maybe 3 or 4 times. Maybe 3 times is going to be enough. Actually, maybe 2 times would be enough. Let me stop this. Let's go here to the geometry rays, and here on the intensity, let's put this at 2. We should be able to notice the difference, just rendering out a small bit here. It is slow, but it's worth the wait. Okay, as you can see, it's already more intense. If you want it more intense, even more intense, just bring it up a bit more, maybe to 3. Yeah, let's put it at 3. Select these, put them at 3. So I have both selected, and since they both have the same parameter, it's fine if you select both and just change the value. So this is gonna, for this to look good, we need to increase the sampling on the mentor. So be ready to wait quite a bit for this if you want to get rid of the smoke. So I'm gonna put this at 6, and here the maximum ray samples all the way to 12. And here on the noise threshold, I'm gonna bring this down 0.006, something like that, maybe 10. Don't want way too much, too long. And I think this is gonna look great. So I'm just gonna save, and then I'll hit render to disk, and when it's ready, I'll come back to show you the results. So it took a while, over 2 hours, but here's the smoke pass that we'll be using on our VFX composition.